Hey guys, it's Kevin. I'm here at ProMat 2025 and I am in the Robust.AI booth, and I'm gonna get my hands on my new friend, Carter, right behind me. But first, we're gonna talk a little bit to Ben Gruettner here from Robust.AI. He's gonna tell us a little bit about Robust.AI and Carter itself, and he's gonna walk me through a couple picks with the cart as well. And I do have to say and reiterate, I've said this before, but Carter is such a good name for a cart.
Exactly.
So Ben, thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.
Definitely. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Robust.AI and what you all do?
So this is Carter. This is our robot. We are a collaborative mobile robot, and our mission is really to increase collaborativeness and productivity for people and robots within the warehouse. The term collaborative has really been a low bar. It's meant just don't hit people. We're trying to raise the bar on what it means for people and robots to work hand in hand. And like for us, that's both literally and figuratively. This is Carter. It is completely autonomous, can navigate itself from point to point. But at any point in time, I can grab it by this interactive handlebar and I'm in complete control. It's force and touch censored. I can move it around. I can manipulate it, ease of use. When I let go of it, it's completely autonomous again.
And it just picks back up to what it was doing, Very interesting. I mean, I think that, the design is so interesting, so smart. I mean, to look at it and, it looks like your average cart, right?
Yeah.
But it's autonomous, and then to be able to have that functionality, right? I can just grab it, move it, and it kind of helps like assist you in the movement as well. But you're able to do that and then just let go, let it happen, and go back to autonomous mode. I think that gives so much flexibility to an operation, right? To be able to do that.
We want this to be intentionally unintimidating. We want this to look like a push cart. Now, like there's a lot of power and technology in here, but we want this to be an extension of a worker's day-to-day.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think too, it's funny you said like, the collaborative aspect has been just like, oh, robot does not hit person, right? In a sense.
Yeah.
But I feel like because I can grab this one, like I feel like there's no like uncomfortableness, like, oh, I don't want to get too close to it or anything like that. And I think that it's really interesting to see here how you're able to combine that. So, I mean, tell us what happens in that handle there that allows that kind of signify like, oh, I'm in manual mode now.
And I'll point out, you can grab this thing and move it from any point in the robot. It's a little harder to manipulate, just like kind of a standard push cart would. The handlebar, the magic is, it's force and touch censored. So I have it, I'm in complete control, but you're not putting a ton of effort into this. And that's kind of the magic unlock for us that makes this more collaborative, along with just kind of what we're doing from a vision standpoint.
Interesting. So I'm curious, with that kind of interactiveness, I mean, obviously that makes for a really good demo at a show like ProMat, right?
Yeah, it's been fun.
Tell us a little bit about some of the interactions that have been happening here, some of the things that people have been saying about it.
We really turned on the go-to-market here about a year and a half ago or so. And this is only our second trade show where we're showing Carter live and demoing. And the handlebar has been a fun piece. It's when people grab it, there's a little bit of an aha moment that they understand what we're trying to do here. And by no means do we want someone pushing this for long periods of time through a pick tour. Sometimes it is faster to just push it than follow a bot around, but this is meant to just be able to move it, put it in a different location, get it out of the way when there's congestion, and be in complete control of the robot that doesn't need to be reprogrammed or you need to find a supervisor to go move the robot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's really interesting here. We see too, this is like a pick to light setup.
Yep, exactly. So we'll walk through a pick tour in a second, but for us, the robot's completely customizable from the hat to the base. Dynamic put to light, so we can put different sizes, different configurations on the shelving. When we scan here and it'll tell you what to pick, it'll light up exactly where to place those items.
Very nice. Yeah. So I mean, we see that it's a picking application here, but could you use this for other applications too?
Yeah, I think we're really focused on, overused buzzwords, but flexibility, scalability. We want this to be for picking, put away, point-to-point transport, and also sortation on robots.
Interesting. All right. So very interesting stuff here. And you can see that, that ease of use, the flexibility that it provides is such a key in today's operations to be able to have that. So let's see how we can leverage this from a pick perspective. So you want to show me a couple picks?
Yep, let's do it.
All right.
Yeah, so everything for us is internal from hardware and software. And like I said, we're trying to make this as intuitive as possible for the picker. You can see on the marquee over here, and you might be able to see it on the other end as well. The aisle, bay, location, and then also indication of how many to pick and what side of the aisle to pick from. So by the time the picker is meeting the robot there, they already know they're going to this location, they're picking one. I see D1, I grab my item. I'm gonna scan, put to light tells me where to go. And all of this is configurable from a customer to customer space, but then we'll go to the next pick.
Wow. I'm going to do this one. I'm doing this pick. All right?
Yep, you're doing it.
Let's see. So we got M1216 B1 2. B1 2
Yep.
here. This one here. So I love that it's pointing to that, and I love that it has this easy reference as well, because it's such a great visual indicator. Because oftentimes when you're picking, you might kind of like forget where that location is, especially when you have like multiple different tiers within that location. So that quick look up to be able to see that, I think, is a huge thing from a visual indicator perspective. So I pick my item, football plates.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna scan it here, right?
A little lower. Typically the sweet spot's right there. Yep.
There we go. Oh, and I need to pick 2.
Yep.
So I put 1 in here.
Now for pickers like you, we might turn on the need to have 2 scans just to make sure we're checking inventory accuracy.
Pickers like me.
Yeah, in this case, we have it so that you pick 2, you put it in, and then you're done picking.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'll put it in here. Done picking item, and then that's it.
And then you're going to that last location.
Super easy. So tell us a little bit too about the interface here and how that's kind of integrating with your WMS or whatever system you have.
Yeah, so we're agnostic when it comes to what we're integrating with from a WMS perspective. We can use middle layers in between. We can integrate directly with the WMS. We can also do some non-integrated workflows where the WMS is still the main direction for the robot, and we're just eliminating that dead walking. But most of the time, we're directly integrated with the customer, and it's either our optimization of the WMS that is directing them around the facility. It depends on the use case and the customer.
Interesting. So now a question here. I mean, this right now is telling us to pick right here, right, on this side. But if I grab this and move it somewhere over here, will it return to where
it won't
pick?
return there because you put it in control there.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So it's assuming the picker knows that that's the location. Like what we really want is, in this case, let's say the bot goes right here.
Yeah.
And like as some bots do, it's not exactly where it's supposed to be. You know it's supposed to be over there. We just want this little interaction here where you're moving it this way.
Gotcha.
Just to get it out of the way. And then go complete your pick and then move on to the next thing.
Interesting. Yeah, and that makes so much sense because I think, like you said, that sometimes like maybe the bot will stop, right?
Yep.
Just kind of in front of it or not necessarily in the most ideal space. And instead of trying to troubleshoot that with somebody else, they have to get involved. How do we get this bot to move? How do we do a workaround or something like that? Just grab it, push it a little bit. Makes total sense.
Yeah, and that's one area where we found that like it empowers the worker to do that. The other area is, not to say we're expecting a lot of congestion, but sometimes just there's congestion with AMRs in aisles. And what we've seen in the real world is the warehouse workers are able to grab the robot, kind of get it out of the way, send it out of the way onto its next mission, and like create that space without even having to go to the supervisor or manager to manage the congestion.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's so smart too. And thinking about the congestion you say there, and I think about when you get multiple pickers in the same aisle or something, or maybe like somebody's picking and all of a sudden I got to go to the bathroom, I left the cart in the way, next picker comes, let me get this out of the way really quick without throwing anything off, right? And I think it's such a smart design, and thinking about that, the user interface and the experience makes such a difference within the operation to be able to do that. So tons of flexibility here. Now, this is newer to the market, as you said, right? So tell us a little bit about kind of how it's evolving, and what can we see over the next year as this continues to roll out and get implemented into customer locations?
Yeah, we're growing really fast, and which is great problem for us to have, right? We're trying to strategically focus on the right customers where we can scale with their deployments. We're live with DHL, which has been talked about and shared. We've just finished a deployment with our first site. We're going live in Mexico City at another site soon.
Oh, nice.
And then have another handful of customers that we're in active deployments with. And then a large semiconductor manufacturer that we're doing large point-to-point transports with. So going back to the flexibility piece, this can be for picking in a 3PL warehouse, but it can also be in a manufacturing environment where there's long point-to-point transport runs where we're just trying to eliminate that walking.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, you said that. Thinking about one of the places I used to work, we could have used this very much so on the manufacturing floor because we tried to automate some things and movement of carts for work orders, but the setup we had was very tight, so we would have had to change a lot of things. But with this, I think it could work really well. So you might be getting a referral for me.
Perfect. I love it.
So really interesting here, and I appreciate you showing me the demo. Finally got my hands on it, and
Yeah.
happy to do that. I know we talked about it with like Anthony before and everything, and now being able to interact with it, it really kind of clicks on the flexibility you have and the control you still have, even with having an autonomous solution, right? You still have that ability to grab on, take control as humans like to do, right,
Yeah.
from time to time, right, and be able to still have that flexibility around that. So super interesting. Appreciate you showing me here at ProMat.
Amazing. Thanks for stopping by.
If people are interested in learning more or maybe interacting with it in some other way, what's the best way to do that?
Yeah, you can reach out via our website or come see us at the show here. We're in the Lakeside Hall. Happy to talk with anybody and show a demo to whoever stops by.
All right, great. So definitely check out Carter Robust.AI and get your hands on it, definitely. All right, thanks, Ben.
Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's video here on our YouTube channel, the New Warehouse Podcast, and I appreciate you tuning in. If you liked what you saw, make sure you subscribe to our channel, and if you like this video in particular, make sure you like it as well. And if you want to get this great t-shirt that you see in the video behind me, Warehouses Are Sexy, head to warehousesAreSexy.com and get your own.